Today I fucked up by summoning a Kenyan drug lord on a school trip. Yes, Reddit. It's here. For those just joining us, I must again apologize for this took place some time ago. In my second last year of secondary school I was fortunate enough to participate in a volunteer program in East Africa over my summer holidays. The idea was we'd spend a month constructing new classrooms for a struggling school on the coast of Kenya, south of Mombasa, and then work in a safari park, Shimba Hills Irk, before crossing over to Tanzania for an actual safari in Gurgura Crater, and then top it off with an ascent of Mount Kilimanjaro. This wasn't free, by the way. I had signed up for it a year before and had participated in loads of fundraising events to make it happen. We had two teachers accompany us on the trip, Mr. F, who was a no-nonsense former Royal Marine Commando, as well as Mr. B, who was an absolute legend. Mr. F's girlfriend also joined us. She wasn't a teacher, but she had first aid qualifications. Mr. F utterly despised me and my friends, who were, embarrassingly, the SK-ATA/SD0 NER contingent of the school, with long hair, band tees, the works. To him, we were useless pinheads, and he sent us on all the worst jobs on the construction site. Mr. B was more interested in ordering in crates of Kilimanjaro beer and trading albums with me. AFI, Sing the Sorrow for No Effects, So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes was probably my favorite swap. I won't digress too much, but giving a band of Masai Mara warriors my CD player later in the trip and watching them do their leaping dances to No Effects was awesome. During our free time we had befriended the local villagers, who enjoyed inviting us to their homes for food and trying to sell us trinkets, cigarettes and awful-tasting home-brewed coconut wine. Eventually the most charismatic villager, a fisherman named Saeed, stepped up to the plate and offered us some weed. We bought a stick off him for about $5 down in the mangroves, thinking we'd smoke it later when the teachers were asleep, but he insisted on rolling it up, pure, into a single huge spliff, and we hopped in his little boat and he took us on a tour of the mangrove swamp. "You like?" he said. "Yeah, it's not bad. At home we smoke hash though. Do you get it in Kenya too?" I replied. Remember this part, as everything that happened later is contingent on this verbal exchange. During the boat ride I wasn't feeling much, but then it suddenly hit me as we went back to shore: pure brain melt, watery bloodshot eyes, insane paranoia. Then the bell rang, summoning us back to the camp. I was not ready. We tried to join up with the rest of the group as inconspicuous as possible, but likely looking as conspicuous as hell. Over the course of lunch Mr. F kept on giving us weird looks, feeding my paranoia even more. Eventually his GF came up to us and said something like, "Boys, your eyes look a bit funny, what have you been up to?" Cold sweats. "It's just hay fever, miss. The villagers took us in the long grass and the pollen got me really bad. It doesn't look like that to me. I better not see you like this again or you'll be sent home." About half an hour later, two unexpectedly looking nice cars came down the dirt track leading to our camp. I didn't give them much heed, but they pulled up to the gate and about 5 or 6 of the scariest looking dudes got out. "My name? Can you come to the gate? Some people want to speak to you," someone said. I don't remember who. As I was still high I started to panic again and the paranoia was back. I walked over to them. I'm not sure how the conversation went, but the scope of this most colossal fuck-up dawned on me. Saeed had totally misunderstood me with his broken English. He had thought that I was asking to send hash back home, and this was his lucky day and he could act as broker for a deal that would set him up for life, likely calling someone who called someone else, and so on until the news had reached some senior guy from Mombasa who had come down to the camp to strike a deal. And listen, Reddit, before you jump on me and call me an idiot and tell me not to travel, let's think about this first. In no way is this a reasonable outcome for the conversation I just had. Yeah, fine, smoking on a school trip is never a good idea, but I was in the Army Cadets for 4 years and every trip turned into a smoke up after dark without incident. I think I managed to mumble some sort of feeble excuse like, "I'm sorry, I have to go." Then I ran and hid in the toilets and locked the door. About a minute later I heard Mr. F yell my name. "Where the fuck are you, you filthy little druggie? Where is he, boys?" "He's in the toilet, sir." Silence, then Mr. F's huge tree trunk arms pounding on the door. "You fucking little shit, what have you done? Who are these people? Come out here now. I can't, sir. I'm on the toilet. It's really bad. This was sadly the best thing I could think of. Get the fuck out here now. I can't, sir. It's diarrhea, really bad. You fucking little liar. Open this door. He was trying to shake it off its hinges. I wanted to die. I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me. I was going to get expelled. My parents were going to kill me. My life was effectively over. At this point, Mr. F's girlfriend and Mr. B stepped in, urging him to calm down. Let us talk to him. What happened? Why are these people here? I'm so sorry, I was just talking about weed and he must have got the wrong idea. I have no idea how this could have happened. Somehow it was smoothed over, I don't know how, but I stayed in that toilet for hours, fearing shame, mockery and punishment when eventually that door was opened. When I came out, the dealers from Mombasa were gone. The teachers had searched all my stuff and found nothing which had further supported my defense. The rest of the trip passed without incident. I wasn't expelled, my parents weren't called, Mr. F was even nice to me after a few days, probably embarrassed about totally flipping out. Sure, there were a few jokes, but it was just too surreal to continually feel bad about. Also, I think Mr. B and Miss F had done me a huge favor by calming Mr. F, coming to my defense, and for that I am forever grateful. Too long didn't read. A simple misunderstanding during a conversation with an enterprising Kenyan fisherman resulted in gangsters driving down from Mombasa to arrange terms with me for a hash smuggling operation back to the UK, temporarily making a teacher go berserk at me. Edit 1, thank you again for all the feedback. It's been great having this interaction, as it's been a lonely time on my road trip these last few weeks. I'll try and post my Indian mishap on Sunday and round off the trilogy. On a final note before I go to bed, travel has really helped me with some serious issues in my life such as depression, anxiety and low self-esteem. I'd like to create an elitism-free space to help and encourage others to give it a go and share experiences, both positive and calamitous. If anyone knows of a suitable medium, please message me. I'm not particularly tech-savvy, FYI. Edit 2. I should have elaborated on this more, but the library was closing and I was trying to hammer out the events as fast as possible on a proper keyboard. They were driving clean BMWs, or similar, in an area where most people didn't even have a car. Same goes for their clothing. There was also obviously a head guy amongst them, and he has a fair bit of jewelry on. Whatever he said to 16-year-old me cemented the idea that he was a big deal in my head, but I just can't recall what. Congratulations, /u/tubabo_KOO me. This post has been voted on by our community Discord as the fuck up of the week. LPT, when avoiding a problem, tell them you have really bad diarrhea. Edit, after reading the comments, many people have had success with the poop defense. 10/10 would recommend. Now that is a shitty life pro tip. I think I managed to mumble some sort of feeble excuse like I'm sorry I have to go. Then I ran and hid in the toilets and locked the door. I can't stop thinking about how these Kenyan drug lords chased you screaming. Why are you running? Why are you running? I always wanted a more panned out origin story for Mr. F. This was the Arrested Development episode I never knew I was missing. Thank you. If only you could have yelled I am the machine in their language. Today I fucked up by almost getting my dad in trouble for child porn. So this happened about 15 years ago when I was around 8 years old. It's a memory that came back to me all of a sudden, and me realizing how fucked it really was. My dad had a digital camera that me and my brother used to play with a lot. We took pictures of many different things around the house. Then an idea popped up in my head. Why I thought this was a good idea, but I decided to take a picture of my brother's, who is 7 at the time, butthole. Like close-up shots of my brother spreading his ass cheeks. Multiple shots, different angles. I was doing a photo shoot on my brother's asshole. We were laughing a lot and having fun with it. I left the pictures in the camera and just forgot about it. Few weeks later, my dad didn't look at what was inside the memory card, and went to Costco to get the pictures printed. The people that handled the photos saw a close-up photo shoot of my brother's asshole. There must have been at least 10 photos from what I remembered. That shit was child pornography. The good thing was nothing came out of it, which is what I am most shocked about. My dad called us in the room to show us what we did. His reaction was, "What the hell is this?" and ripped it to shreds. That was that. 15 years later I realized how things could have turned bad for my dad if someone actually tried to do something that day. TLDR, took pics of my brother's butthole with a camera. My dad, without knowing, went to Costco to print them. People that work at Costco saw a photo shoot of my brother's asshole. Dad didn't get in trouble, thankfully. Edit, yes, Costco actually printed them out. I remember them being in a nice little paper envelope. Edit 2, I am surprised by how common kids are taking pictures of each other buttholes. Still haven't found my name yet in the comments. Maybe I should just ask him about it. We are pretty close, but it's just really weird to bring up. Edit 3, now that I think about what would happen if I told my brother. It's too fucking awkward and cringy. Hey, remember that time I took pictures of your asshole? I will set the price at 5 platinums for me to tell him. Why is it so high? Cause I know y'all won't be able to do it. Edit 4, what the actual fuck? I did the research. I looked at the top of all time of today I fucked up. And all it had was 6 plats at most. It happened in less than 5 minutes. Oh god. I'm in class right now? I'll update tonight. Fuck me. Edit 5, too long didn't read, at the bottom. 8 platinums is 8 platinums. During the whole class period I couldn't focus in class at all, because I was thinking of what would happen. These are the type of memories that stay in the back of your mind, never to be mentioned ever again. As I was driving home, I thought, how the fuck did it get to this point? It was only supposed to be a funny story I post and maybe get gold. It turned to a situation where now I'm about to tell my brother something so awkward and terrifying to me. I get home and go upstairs where my brother's at. I say sup, and he tells me about class and other shit. I'm in my head the whole time like fuck, it's about happen. I look at him laughing nervously. Bro, what? Me, haha, oh god. Bro, what? Me, hey, remember when, haha, when? I was dying slowly inside, couldn't even look him in the eye. Me, remember when I haha took pictures of your asshole? Bro, what? You did. Haha, WTF are you talking about? Me, you don't remember at all. BRO, no. WTF. Haha. I reveal everything that happened and showed him the post. He was dying. I was also dying, but on the inside with cringe and awkwardness. He didn't even remember. Now he will forever remember what I did to him. Too long didn't read, told my brother, lots of WTFS and Lamouse, doesn't remember at all. My top post is about my brother's asshole. He will remember this for the rest of his life. But hey, 8 platinums is 8 platinums. 7/8-year-olds must like taking pictures of buttholes, because when my daughter was 8 she took a picture of our dog's butthole and would send it to random people in the phone she got a hold of. Edit, thank you kind Redditor for the gold. Today I fucked up by telling Reddit about my kid's dog butt picture taking escapades and was awarded a gold. Forever immortalizing the story for all that will ever ask how I got it. This reminds me of when I was 12. I was looking up naked preteen girls' boobs on Google just cause I wanted some similarity instead of grown adults fucking lol. Probably would have had the FBI beating down my door if I didn't stop sooner Lamau. I did something similar, when I was probably 13. When I realized this could get me into trouble I decided to Google hello FBI sorry please don't take me to jail. How would a random photo kiosk worker even guess the age of an asshole without any further context? Count the rings. The photos told a story. It starts with my brother and gets deeper and deeper into his asshole. And ripped it to shreds. Wait, they actually printed it out. No, he ripped Op's brother's asshole to shreds. What went through your head to take pictures of your brother's butthole at 7 and 8 yo? Like, did one of you suggest the idea, and the other one said oh yeah, great let's do this? Look, I can spread my cheeks. Does your brother remember? If he doesn't you should refresh his memory for an awkward moment, smiley face. That's pretty accurate of what you described. I rather not bring it up to him, but if this post blows up he might see it and remember. He's always on Reddit. Today I fucked up by removing my Diva cup. NSFW. After getting tired of shoving bits of cotton in my nana curtains for years, I switched to the menstrual cup a while back. For those that don't know, it's basically this little silicone cup you pop into your lady bits and you can wear for like 12 hours. Anywho, after sleeping all night, I needed to empty it. I headed to the bathroom, lined the toilet with toilet paper to prevent splashback, and proceeded to remove it. Now, I always look to see how full the cup is after removal. It's a weird thing to do, but I think it's kinda cool to see how much is in there. Apparently, unbeknownst to me, my bathroom spider bro was also interested in my red water tidings. As I was removing the cup, he dropped down to check out the situation. Not expecting a spider to the face that early in the morning, I jerked back, shrieked, and fell off the toilet. Remember what was in my hand? Yeah, it was a full cup. Everywhere. On the top, on the wall, all over me, it was a mess. Naturally, my so heard me yell, and the thud of my lardus falling off the toilet and came running, only to find me on the bathroom floor, covered in blood, yelling about a spider. I'm surprised the poor guy didn't faint. Too long didn't read, a spider surprised me, I threw blood everywhere and my so thought I was dying. Edit, holy shit guys, I wasn't expecting this many responses. For those asking, my mom came up with the nana curtains thing and it stuck lol, and spider bro has retreated to his corner of the bathroom. Also the boyfriend is fine, slightly traumatized, but he'll live. Spider surprise. There's blood in your hands, and death in his eyes. The title of this scared the shit out of me since I just started using the Diva cup yesterday. I was expecting much worse. I love the Diva cup. There's a learning curve, but it's so nice to not have to worry about tampons and pads. Blood everywhere plus spider, might as well just burn the place down, easier than cleaning and a spider. One time I was doing yoga and I went to jump up from a position, and I heard a pop from down there. It was my Diva cup saying that's too much, man. And proceeded to Red River down my legs. I'm so glad I got to the bathroom on time instead of it getting all over white carpet. It still looked like I tried to masturbate with a steak knife. This happened to me 4 years ago. I sat down on the dorm room bed of a guy I really liked after a party and my Diva cup suddenly released a flood. He was so angry, and I was mortified. At least I learned the guy was an asshole. Haha. Why is it always spiders? Why can't it be a butterfly? Bloody hell. R/unexpected Hogwarts.